Hey guys, my name is Shelby Downey. Welcome back to my channel, or to my channel. I'm really laughing because you guys have wanted this video for so long and it's finally happening. And I feel like enough time has passed for this not to potentially become a problem. I hope. For the sake of it not becoming a problem, I am gonna change a few details in the story just so that he might hopefully not think it's about him. If you guys haven't guessed what this story is by the thumbnail, this is the story of my stalker. Started more than 3 years ago, and damn, it got hectic. Okay, so again, I am changing some details but still keeping the storyline the same. The reason I'm changing details is just for safety reasons, I guess, which is lame because I feel like he violated a lot of my rights, but you know what, it's okay. So we started talking on Tinder and it seemed all fine and well, and he seemed sweet. Not my type at all though, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. So as one does, right, you chat, you get to know each other, blah blah blah. Also, my curtains are fluffing in the background. Anyway, so I used to be a brand ambassador for a clothing company, and there was this little mall, if you want to call it that, and every Monday I would go and do stock counts and pick things up and deliver and just stuff. So I get there and they were closed for a bit. It had like the sign, be back in 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll just walk around the center and just see. Now this center in particular is a very upmarket center, or whatever you want to call it, and a lot of expensive designer stuff, right? So naturally, now I'm bored, I'm sitting there, I go and look at a few shops, that kind of stuff, and I get a text from him. So I reply and he asks me what I'm doing. So I'm like, no, I'm just at this place, just kind of doing like my thing I have to do today. And I had mentioned that I went and looked into a few shops and that there were really nice things, and I was going on about how expensive they were and like it's absolutely crazy that people spend money on that kind of stuff. Not once did I ever say anything about, oh, I saw this and I really wanted it and it's from this shop, send you a photo. Nothing like that, just small talk kind of thing. So we eventually, now bear in mind when this text conversation happened, we hadn't actually met yet, it was still early stages. So we've been talking for about 2 weeks, I think, and he asked me to dinner, so I was like, sure. So we go to this really fancy place, and now I'm way underdressed, right? Like I'm wearing jeans and sneakers, like did not expect this. He is in a fucking suit, okay? So now I'm feeling awkward because I'm like, well, fuck. And the menu was ridiculous, like the prices are ridiculous. I didn't want to eat anything because I was like, fuck no, I wouldn't even pay for this. I'm not gonna expect like him to now pay for this. So anyway, so we order and he was just like ordering for me, so I was like, okay, cool. And he was nice but not my cup of tea whatsoever. Just seemed very pretentious and like very flashing money and all that kind of stuff. So I was just like, no, I'm not really interested. So at the end of the night he asked me if I wanted to see him again, and I was very honest and I was like, look, thank you so much for tonight, I really didn't expect you to take me to such a fancy place and that, and I feel bad, but like there was just nothing in between us and I don't think I would see him again. And he seemed chilled about it, right? He was like, no, thank you for being honest with me, blah 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 blah. And it was like, okay, cool, good, at least we ended on good terms kind of thing. And then a few days later, I'm sleeping, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sleeping, and I get woken up to a phone call from him saying he's outside my gate. 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, what do you mean you're outside my gate? And he's like, no, I'm outside, come open up. And I'm like, what do you mean? How do you know where I live? So I obviously did not go outside and open up the gate. By the way, this is the same place that my crazy neighbor story happened, so I will leave a link pop-up thingy as well as down below. So this is happening same time as this drama, okay? So I'm like, no, and he's like, but I have a gift for you. And I'm like, dude, it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, like fuck off kind of thing. So I wait a while and I can like, I'm spying now and I see his car drive away and I give it a few more minutes. And then I kind of go out to like investigate, and tru's vachis, there's a present there. So I like make sure no one's there. I take it, I go inside, and it is something that was very expensive that I had seen at this center mall place that I went to. So with that gift, there was also a handwritten letter, a few pages long, declaring his undying love for me. So that happened, and I sent him a message being like, dude, what the fuck? Like, no, like, no. And then a short while after that whole thing, somebody tried to break into my house, and I still don't know who it was, so low-key kind of still terrified it might have been him. But anyway, I moved and I blocked him off of WhatsApp and Facebook and stuff, so he was completely blocked, right? And then I moved, so obviously because it's blocked, he couldn't stalk me, that kind of stuff. So he went quiet for like a good couple of months until I opened up my own shop. And he found out that it was my shop. So I changed numbers, right? So my old number that he knew is now the shop phone, and I have a new number which on my Instagram is still the shop number. Only my old contacts know about my new number because I told them about it, and he was blocked. So I don't know where he got my new number from, but I started getting texts and saying how much he misses me and how lovely it would be to see me again, and I of course just ignored all of them. And then he showed up to my work, and it was the creepiest thing ever because I was busy tattooing and I'm sitting there and I just get this uncomfortable feeling, and I look up and I see him standing there, and everyone in the shop is like kind of looking very confused, like, what is this guy doing here? Like, he just emits a very creepy kind of vibe. I told the guys on the shop about the stalker, and I think judging from what they saw when I saw him, they put 2 and 2 together very quickly, and they all kind of just got really creeped out, and I got creeped out. And then he wanted to book a full day tattoo session with me. I was like, okay, cool, like maybe, you know, you've changed, this is fine, I want to be professional about this. And then things started getting really creepy, where he would literally come in during random times of the week and he would just stand there staring at me. And it got to the point where the other artists in the shop were asking him to leave, and it was just really creepy. And then his car would just be parked outside the shop, and it was just hella creepy. And my new house was close to the shop, so everyone was scared that he was gonna follow me home one day and then he'd know where I lived again, and it just got really creepy. And then he kept like sending me texts and I kept ignoring them. And then I get this one text, right? So the day, it was either the day I met him way back when or the day before I met him way back when, I went with a really good friend of mine to go get a manicure and pedicure and a foot massage, like a girls' day treat kind of thing. And I didn't tell him about that. And in the message he sent, he was like, you really changed after that foot massage you got. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, no, before I met you, you know, you and your friend went for that foot massage. And I was like, what do you mean? I didn't tell you that. And then he kind of got all like, oh shit, like, oh fuck, blew my cover kind of thing. Like, he was somehow watching me or following me, fuck knows, but he knew way too much. And this is just like a summary of everything. Like, there was a lot more creepy shit that he was doing and saying, very creepy. So then he was just saying super inappropriate things, and it got to the point where I was actually starting to feel worried. So we called him to come into the shop to get his deposit back, and unfortunately I would not be tattooing him because I felt uncomfortable, and he got like super antsy about it and super like defensive and a bit aggro, and he was just like, what do you mean, what the fuck did I do to you, and I was like, you know, like fuck off kind of thing. And it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. But I haven't told you guys the best part yet. So, the gift he bought me, right? The following week, Monday, I had to go back to this shop that I was ripping, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna walk around, well, I'm gonna go to the shop that sold this item, and I'm gonna find out how he knew that I saw it and I made a comment about how much I liked it. So I go to the lady, and she was the same lady that was in the shop when I went in. And I greeted her again, and I was like, that thing, and I explained it to her, and I was like, how did he know that I wanted it, you know, kind of thing. And she told me, obviously it's quite a small center, so all the people that work there kind of, they go on lunch breaks together and they like chat and that kind of stuff, and they were actually speaking about this creepy dude. Turns out that he had walked into every single shop in that center with his phone that had a photo of me on it, asking them, did she come in and did she see anything she liked and commented on? How fucking creepy. We hadn't even met yet, and he was literally like, so fucking creepy. Yeah, so that is the summary of me having a stalker, and it was very interesting, I'm not gonna lie to you. Definitely would not recommend. Be safe out there, guys, and don't be fucking creepy. Just don't. Just stop. But that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and it is short, it's a summary, but I'm still low-key kind of scared that he is going to somehow find his way back to me, and I don't want to take that chance. So this is what you guys have been wanting, so I gave it to you in a very summarized version. So I hope you enjoyed it still, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Okay, bye.